Hi, this is Fr Lastone Robert Lupupa SJ, and I am welcoming you to Conversations with Fr Lupupa. I'll be talking to you today about something that is very close to my heart. It's the law of attraction. You might have heard about the law of attraction. I came across a writing of Rhonda Byrne in 2006 in the book called The Secret. And when it was released, and we even have a movie called The Secret, it was something that went viral all over the world. Perhaps here in Africa we didn't get the viralness. It was so much there in the United States. But the law of attraction is something that is very interesting if you buy into it, because life is around this law of attraction. Just to help you understand and appreciate why we have laws. Laws help us to govern society. You cannot have a society without laws. Already here in Zambia we're talking about Bill 10, changing the constitution. The highest, the supreme law of the land is the constitution. People want, to have things in black and white. We have an institution, the legislature, a house, the National Assembly, where our representatives, so-called the members of parliament, gather to make laws, to amend laws. And it is their full-time duty just to revise these laws, because life is changing. We are not static. What was applicable 2 years ago might not be applicable today. Challenges are coming in life, and we have to apply ourselves according to the current situation. And so that is what laws are all about. Now, there is this universal law, and there are many of them, but which summarizes all the laws. It is called the law of attraction. Just to help you again to appreciate the importance of laws, especially eternal laws, we have the law of gravity. Whether you understand it or you do not, you still are subjected to the effects of that law. But when you know how things work according to the law, then you can apply it comfortably to your own benefit. The law of gravity simply says anything that is up there will fall down. Whatever you throw up will fall down. And we used to think that when you throw a feather up, it would take time to fall down compared to a brick or a metal. No, the law of attraction is pulling everything towards the earth. So the earth is magnet. Now, the law of attraction is just like that. The law of attraction says everything at that frequency, at a particular frequency, is gathering momentum, and it is coming together of its own kind. Like-minded people will come together and begin to talk, begin to chat. In this era of social media, you will find yourself in this chat room with people of same like-mindedness. That which is like unto itself, it is attracted. That is how we explain the law of attraction. That which is like unto itself, it is drawn, it is attracted. You are attracting everything into your own experience. The Bible is full of this teaching. It doesn't mention the law of attraction, but Jesus is telling us to be very careful with the law of attraction. When he says, if somebody strikes you on the right cheek, give them the left one as well. He is applying the law of attraction. Why? Because if you're angry, you're going to attract more angry situation. And so the only way you can diffuse anger is by maintaining that which is particularly yours, which you have chosen. And in this case, you have chosen to be a peaceful person. So even if someone strikes you on the right cheek, instead of striking back and generating that hatred, that anger, which can be tit for tat, you give them the left by showing them that actually your happiness is not dependent on the cheeks. Your happiness is not tied to the life experience as you have done it to me. I am on a higher frequency. I am on a higher level. So I am going to be talking to you about this law of attraction in the next series. But for today, I just want to give you several or many examples on how you can apply this law of attraction. We have laws like the aerodynamics, which the scientists have discovered, and because of understanding how that law works, they are able to make planes. They are able to make huge planes. And we used to think that the lighter the plane, the faster. But when you apply the law of aerodynamics, the huger, the bigger the plane, the faster and more comfortable. So in the near future, we're going to have perhaps three aligned planes with wings, and then they'll be taking off and landing safely. There will be land trains, I don't know what we are going to call them. So because of the law of buoyancy, how things float, we used to think that it's only a canoe, it has to be wood, it has to be cork that would float. But when they understood the law that operates on floating, you can have a huge ship which is metallic. I want you to have a research about those laws. So now when you understand how this law of attraction I'm talking about is applied, then you'll be very comfortable, you'll be a very happy person, because you will understand how human beings operate, that you are your mind, you are your emotions, you are your desires. There is a part of you that has been given to you by your Creator to help you navigate in this world. You are always on the move, and that's why you have emotions. Emotions, they are like electricity, they're like fuel for the soul, for you to move from point A to point B. If somebody greets you, how are you? They are asking you to tell them what is going on inside of you. And if you pay close attention to how you're feeling, you will discover that you'll be surrounded by people who are operating on that frequency of how you're feeling. You can try it, just begin to cry loudly like you have lost somebody. Before people find out who has died, they will start crying. They will start crying. Or you simply start laughing loudly. Before people share the joke, they will start laughing. Why? Because you have tapped into their frequency. Everything is hibernating in each one of us. There is joy, there is ecstasy, there is happiness. It is inside of me. You just have to tap it. There is anger in me. If you prick me, I'll give it to you the way you want it. And so the world is waiting for people who are masters, who we call emotionally intelligent people, who are masters of their emotions. There are two levels of emotions. There is feeling and emotion. Just like we can talk about pain, there are two sides of pain. There is pain, which is emotional pain, and there is a physical pain. When someone strikes you on your right cheek, you have physical pain. But you can convert that into emotional pain when you begin to ask, why did you hit me? You can't say that I am not your age. Why did you hit me? The physical pain has gone according to your nerve, the sensory nerves. The pain is no longer there, but now it becomes a relational pain, and that can last for centuries, even passing on to the next generation. Our great-great-grandfather was struck. Our father was hit. Our father was insulted. And so we begin to talk about things that happened in the First World War, and people continue to suffer the consequences of a certain man who hated a black man, who galvanized the community, and they went to war. That is pain, emotional pain. And these feelings that we harbor in our hearts are very powerful. They set you into motion. Human beings are not like machines. For a machine to be set in motion, it has to be powered. For the electrons, if I have a tablet here, for it to function, there has to be a battery. And what is happening? The battery, it is the one that is powering those little things which only the microscope or the apparatus in the scientific lab would detect the so-called electrons. And that is why I can read. And when your phone, the gadget that you love so much, is out of power, then it shuts down. You cannot use it because there's no power. When you have no emotions, when you have no feelings, you are as good as dead. And that is why in a relationship, when people talk about falling in love, they are feelings that have been activated, and you begin to move at the same frequency. I'm using this word frequency because that is the way you can easily understand it. If I'm on radio, we have a Christian Nation FM or Christian Voice. Christian Nation FM radio station is on 106.5 FM frequency modulation, meaning that the signal is emitted at 106.5, and your radio set, handset, it could be a phone, has to be tuned also on the same frequency for the transmitter and your set to pick the signal. And then you begin to hear me. If you're watching me live on Facebook, or if you're watching me on this Loyola TV, it's because you have tuned to that frequency. You have tuned at frequency 100 on Topstar, and that is where you catch us. You cannot want to pick me, watch me on this television, and yet you are tuning on something else. You are tuning on 107. It will be another frequency. If you want to listen to that radio station, you pick the frequency. So what's going on inside of me, if you want that which is in me, you have also to fine-tune yourself to me so that we begin to talk. It doesn't matter how I come into your life. What matters is where you are, because it is where you are that will draw me into your experience. And that is how the law of attraction functions. So if you find somebody who is very angry, immediately they are sending that signal of anger into you. And perhaps you don't even know why they are angry. Then they lash at you, they insult you. Why have you come here? I didn't expect you this time. And then you pick that vibration, and then you say, but why are you speaking like this? You go into tantrums. Or you can do the opposite. So, but why this? And then the person realizes, oh, I'm sorry, it's a mistaken identity. I thought it was my uncle. Then you discover that you were going to get angry for nothing. You have wasted your emotions. So maintain, and this is what the law of attraction is going to teach you, maintain your status, your emotions. Maintain where you are. Don't allow people to move you to the place where you are, where you're not supposed to be. Otherwise, you're going to be like a donkey. I've seen a donkey is tied at a tree there, and then the owners have gone, and there's a small little rope tied to it until it comes to be displaced, or be taken to another place. How can somebody put you where you don't want to be? How can somebody who insulted you 5 years ago put you into feeling angry all these years? And we call it depression. What is depression? Somebody has moved you to where you were supposed to be happy, and now you are nursing your wounds. The law of attraction simply says that which is happening inside of you, you're going to attract more. If a young lady was raped 5 years ago and she still moves with that anger of being raped, she's going to attract more of the similar experience. So the law of attraction is at these two levels. Your mind, your thoughts are magnet. Your mind, your thoughts are magnet. And scientifically speaking, they have measured somebody, they attach your brain, not your brain, your head, to the computer with all those strings, and they begin to detect the waves of what you're thinking. So they ask you a question: can you think about the best moments in your life? Can you think about those things, the best places that you have been to? And then on the computer, it will show the positive side of the waves. And then they say, can you think about the worst things that you have ever gone through? Again, it will drop down. So we can measure thought, we can measure feeling, intensity. In fact, when you look at the battery and your emotions, you are the same. That's why people sweat when they are angry, because your heart begins to beat very fast, meaning that what you're thinking has dropped into your heart, and the physical, the cardiac begins to run fast. So, do you want to be in charge of your life? Do you want to be in charge of your destiny? Do you know where you are going? Do you know where you are? Do you want to be manipulated? People have been conned. A con man comes and throws something into your hearing, and you begin to vibrate at their settings. They begin to move you because you have bought into what they are asking. Somebody who comes because you are broke, and they say, well, you know what, we are selling these stones. These are precious stones. This is emerald. And they show you the real thing, but we want to sell it there. Can you help us find a customer? And because you have bought, you have agreed, they begin to control you because you are on that frequency. If you said, no, I am not interested in these stones, I am not a dealer, besides I have more money than what the stones can give me, then you have refused, you have maintained your frequency, and then those people will have nothing to do with you. So in life it is like that. What is falling in love? Falling in love is at the level of the law of attraction. You cannot fall in love without yielding, without giving in to that frequency of the proposal or of the promises or what you like about the other. And in fact, when we talk about the law of attraction, something very interesting is that, whatever we are seeing in human beings, we're just seeing ourselves. Human beings are mirrors of who we are. If you have liked my dressing, it's because you're a very smart person, so I'm reflecting your smartness. I'm reflecting that which you like, which you enjoy. If I like eating a particular food, I'm reflecting something that is already in me. It's not in the food, it's something in me. And I draw it towards me, into my own experience. Now, the law of attraction is the master of all the laws. And I want to caution you, because you have no choice but to be aware of what is happening around you, that things are not just happening. You are calling them forth into your own experience. I know somebody might ask, but what about a little baby that doesn't think? Well, perhaps mentally it's not thinking, but emotionally it is calling forth certain things to happen to it. And that is why in the lawyers, they know how to manipulate the law of attraction. They can disconnect your testimony. You are a witness, and perhaps you are being prosecuted, and as you are speaking very calmly, they throw a word into what you're saying and you get angry, and from anger, instead of now reasoning, explaining things rationally, you go into anger, and then you have lost it. You have lost the case, because now you cannot speak freely under pressure of your emotions. The law of attraction is absolute. It is law. It is law because it does not change. It has no exceptions. All of us are working under the law of attraction. So you are blessed when you understand what it is all about. When you read in Matthew chapter 5, Jesus gives the Beatitudes. Those Beatitudes are a simplified, or perhaps let me put it this way, they are God's way, Jesus' way of introducing us to the law of attraction. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. What does it mean to be of pure heart, pure intentions? A cheerful giver, a cheerful heart will draw into its own experience the seeing. How do you see God? Because you are pure, you have removed all those hurdles, then you begin to experience, you begin to see life as it manifests in you. You have a better interpretation of what is happening around you. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall laugh. Why are you mourning? Because you have refused to dance to the tune of what is outside. And that can be painful because you have maintained yourself to be where you are. That will cause you to be happy. But if you buy into what another person is telling you to do, then at the end of the day, you will regret. Why? Because you are going to say, well, I didn't actually think about doing this thing. Okay? Now, here's a beautiful example. Somebody comes with a guitar, or in this era of ours, somebody is playing music on their phone, and it's something beautiful to them, those who are playing it. Okay, and then they say, this is a dedication to you. I'm dedicating this song to you. Now, if you're going to dance to that song, it means you like it. There is something that is corresponding to inside of you. If it is not inside of you, even if it is nice to the other person who is introducing it to you, you'll say, well, not this one. Yeah, this is not the song. And so that's the role of a DJ. What does the DJ do? The DJ understands his fans. The DJ understands the likes of the people. And the people say, okay, for the entrance of this song, or if it is at a reception, we want to dance this song. And when it plays, everybody just stands up. Why? Because it is attracting in them that which is already there. Now, the question that you may be asking is, when did this thing get into me so that I begin to attract them there? When did you have your thoughts? Where do your thoughts come from? Now, when you come into this world, before you were even conceived, according to the way God explains it in Jeremiah, I saw you. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you, and I set you apart. Meaning that we do not come blank. We have come with heavenly settings. Now, a good example of the heavenly settings are the 5 senses. These are heavenly settings. Sugar, sweet, is sweet no matter where you go, no matter where you take it. The Chinese will not say, no, this is salt. No, sweet is sweet. Okay? And beauty is also a setting. These are heavenly settings. What people appreciate is there. God has created us in such a way that we'll appreciate certain things the way they are. That's why if you want to attract people into your shopping mall, then you make it beautiful, elegant. If you're a woman and you want to get married to somebody who is very rich and very expensive, you have to wear like you are one of those who are rich. It doesn't matter whether you are rich or not, but in your appearance, you are going to attract that which you yourself has baited. Okay, so if you're going to look like a beggar and stand on the road asking for people, you will only attract coins. But why? Because you've reduced yourself at the level of a coin. Once upon a time, somebody came to me and said, Fr Lupupa, I'm Dr. So-and-so from the UTH. I've run out of gas. Please, may I have 100 kwacha just to top up? I'll send it back. Immediately, I gave him 200 kwacha. One, he mentioned that he's a medical doctor. Perhaps one day I'll be sick. He might attend to me. And he's driving. So I gave him the money. And later on, I just realized that was a con man. But he conned me very clean. He drew out of me that which he was asking. He aligned himself. He put himself at the level of a medical doctor. And a medical doctor cannot ask for a 20 kwacha or a tungwe. He can only ask that which is on that category. And even me, I cannot give him that little. So I have to give him according to how he has come. Everything that is happening in your life, you are the one who is in charge. You are drawing them into your own experience. And so be in charge. If I am driving and I want to get to my destiny, I am drawing my car into the experience of how I want to arrive there. Do you want to arrive in one piece? Then you drive nicely. Do you want to arrive at your destiny or even before your destiny in smaller pieces? Then go 200 kilometers per hour and disregard the humps, disregard your fellow motorists and the pedestrians. Then you get to arrive to faster in heaven than to your destiny. That is the law of attraction. You are determining the outcome of events. Now, how then do you apply this law of attraction? How do you embed it in yourself? Before a day begins, have some quiet time and do what we call pre-paving. Before a thing happens, go through it. In the medical world, before the surgeon conducts that operation in the theater, there is a dummy. If it is a sophisticated operation like separating the Siamese twin, they do some practices on a dummy thing so that when it comes to reality, they will go through it because they will have understood where the arteries, where the veins, this is what we are supposed to avoid, etc. You can preview your life before it begins. So instead of just waking up and begin your day, why don't you find out what your day is going to be like? Today, before I came to the studios of Loyola TV, I understood that I'm going to talk about this. And then even the previous night, I was thinking about what to talk about. What should I wear? I looked in the chest drawers and I picked on this suit, beautiful. I don't know how long ago I put it on, perhaps a year or so. But I did what we call a pre-paving. You do some preparation so that when things begin to happen, you are experiencing them in a way that you yourself saw them coming. Don't allow another person to speak into your life. So if somebody came early in the morning and said, Fr Lupupa, let's go fishing. I said, no, according to my plan of the day, I'm not going fishing. I am going to Loyola. Okay? I remember when I was young, my cousin one day took me to his girlfriend. He had a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend myself. So he started laughing at me that I needed to have a girlfriend. I think I was about 15, 16 years old then. And then he arranged with his girlfriend, that they should look for one for me. So a day began, and then he says, he asked me to escort him. We went, and his girlfriend came, and they were the two of them. And he picked his friend and left me with the other one. I started sweating because I didn't know what to say. I didn't think about me having a girlfriend. But some people buy into that which they don't want to buy. You go into a shop and they begin to sell shoes and you begin to buy shoes, which you didn't even budget. You are just passing and then they are shouting, the cowboys, Lilanda, Lilanda. You know you are going to Charleston. Just because somebody is shouting Lilanda, you say, after all, anyway, it's a bus, let me help them. You're going to somewhere where you're not going. And that's what's happening in your life. Somebody who has insulted you is putting you into a bus which you have not thought about going. Why do you want to go destiny angry, destiny I don't know this word. You're disgruntled. Why do you want to go where you don't want? Just because somebody puts you into that place. If somebody throws mud or something smelly at you, immediately you will want to clean. You don't say no until somebody apologizes, until the person comes. If someone hurt you, cut you, you don't wait until they come and apologize. You go to the hospital immediately and mend. The law of attraction is saying this. When you are hurt, immediately change the hurtful feelings. Go to where you want. What is it that you want in life? I want to be a peaceful person. Yeah, so invite peace, command peace, and emotions, they're like clothes which we can wear. Okay, some people turn on the radio and listen to the music that they love just to change their temper. Don't be a victim of those so-called moods. Okay, don't be a victim of the funeral, of your neighbor's funeral, and then you begin to cry your own funeral. Oh, my neighbor's lost, oh, I remember also. And then the whole day you also have another funeral. No. So my brothers and sisters, you have been watching Conversations with Fr Lupupa. Today I began a topic which I want to take you through and at different stages about the law of attraction, something that is very biblical. When Christ comes into this world, he's attracting us to the Father. And he maintains his calm. He does not want to be pushed. He is there because he knows who he is. I pray for you that you are going to know who you are and align yourself to that which defines yourself and refuse to be pushed into a place, into thinking, into feeling that which you are not. You choose today. It's like death and life has been placed before you. I choose life. I don't know what you're choosing. Thank you for being there. Ciao. Until next time. Bye-bye.